This JPEG right here makes me $750 a month, and this JPEG right here also makes me $750 a month, which is more passive income than the amount of money that I get for my highest cash flowing duplex. So I wouldn't knock NFTs if you haven't tried them. What's up guys, it's Avery here. If you're new to the channel, typically I talk about investing in real estate as well as personal finance, and today we're going to talk a little bit about NFTs. And when I first heard about NFTs, I thought they were the absolute dumbest thing ever, but I watched enough Gary Vee reels and realized maybe they're interesting. So I started doing a little bit more research and found them to actually be pretty cool. So in today's video, I'm going to go over what an NFT is, the different kinds you may see out there, the specific project that I bought into and why, and some things that you can do to find some worthwhile projects in the NFT space, because many of them are going to be really bad and eventually make no money and be worth $0. Before we get into it, I just want to mention that NFTs are a highly speculative space. This is a warning for you all out there. Make sure you definitely do your own research in some of the things that I'm going to talk about in this video, but don't feel comfortable putting your money into it if you definitely need that money. This is a space where you could potentially lose all of your money, but you could also win very big. So some things to think about there. And when it comes to NFTs, it's not like stocks. If you buy it and it starts going down and you want to panic sell, you can sell. But with an NFT, when you buy it and you attempt to want to sell if things start going down and down and down, you can't really just sell it. Someone has to buy it from you. An NFT is a non-fungible token, and that just really means that it's something that's non-divisible and it's yours and it's verified by the blockchain. I don't really need to get more complicated than that. Another way to think of it is that an NFT is kind of like a ticket to a sporting event, except it's authenticated by the fact that everyone on the blockchain believes that you are the owner because you're the owner of that specific wallet address, and the NFT is associated with your wallet address. When you have your ticket and you want to go to the sporting event, the only way that it's really authenticated is, well, it can't actually be. You could fake it. You could have a fake barcode and make your way in, but they have scanners and it's harder to fake that. But with an NFT, it's almost virtually impossible to say that you own it when it's true that someone else does. Sure, you can take a screenshot of it, just the same way you could take a screenshot of someone's home or take a picture of someone's home and put it up and say that it's yours. But this is different because there is something that goes alongside with owning an NFT other than just saying that it's art and you can put it out there and display it for people on the internet. There are three types of NFTs that I've come across, and I'm not an expert in this space, but these are the three that I see that are the most common. And that first one would be a profile picture project, or a PFP. Think of CryptoPunks or Bored Ape Yacht Club, the ones that people are spending a bunch of money to own, and it really just seems like art and people don't really understand it. The other types are play to earn NFTs. These ones are typically associated with some type of online game, and you can have that NFT and they're your character in the game, and if you play the game you can earn tokens within that game, but instead of like a regular video game where the money is fake and you're earning it for your account, you can actually earn real life cryptocurrency that you could exchange for real life money and actually use. Another type are ones that have utility. Personally, the one I bought into is called Slotie NFT. And the reason I actually bought into it is because I asked a poll out there for my YouTube audience if anyone was bought into some NFT projects. And someone mentioned about Slotie, so I started doing a lot of research into it. So that's why I bought into it. And really, it's like a slot machine that will live in cryptocurrency land casinos. And anytime someone plays that specific slot machine, I will earn some money. Plus, there are other awesome passive income benefits. So this not only has some utility in the fact that there's a lot of online gambling out there, but it also makes me some money. And it's not just a profile picture that has value because there's hype around it and celebrities are buying it. And the last thing that's important to note, in my opinion, about an NFT is that you're not just buying this profile picture, this gaming icon, or this thing that has utility, but you're also buying into a community. There's a real community aspect when it comes to NFTs, especially because a majority of good NFTs have a Discord chat associated with them, and a lot of people in those Discord chat become friends and they buy other types of NFTs together and potentially they meet up. Again, with that Bored Ape Yacht Club specific NFT, they met on an actual yacht. If you had this type of NFT, or if you have Gary Vee's VFriend NFT, you can go to V Conference awards as long as you own a certain amount, and he'll get celebrities there and other big guest talkers. So those are the kind of things that you may benefit from this NFT if you're bought into it. You have this community and other benefits that you may see that if you were to just invest into something else, you're definitely not going to get that kind of thing. Like if you're just investing in art and you want to hang it up in your home, you're definitely not going to be part of some type of community. Now we're going to hop over into the Slotie website and talk about some of the benefits, and I am not paid to promote this specific NFT. I am just talking about it because it actually has some real world utility and I find it pretty cool, and it's the first NFT project I ever bought into. So some of the things like I talked about, you will be basically a slot machine in online cryptocurrency casinos, and this will allow you to earn some money. So this first thing here is called exclusive holder reward, and you will receive some portion of the amount of money that people are using for this online gambling. And you could even earn a little bit more if you did NFT staking, where you stake your specific NFT into the slot machines. This I don't know as much more about than what it says right here. I'm not super involved with the community. I just find it very cool and I check in from time to time. As well as with the exclusive holder reward, the more rare your NFT is, the more money you can potentially make. And rarity really just has to do with if, for example, there's 10,000 Sloties and only 100 of them have a yellow background. That yellow background is going to be a more rare NFT, and it's going to make your NFT a little bit more valuable than ones that don't have the yellow in the background. So that's something to think about. And also we have rakeback rewards and up to 20%. This I'm actually not super familiar with, but some other benefit basically of just holding onto this NFT where you can earn some more income. One of the coolest parts of this project, and actually the second project that I ever bought into, were junior Sloties. So if you own 2 Slotie originals, which is what this project is, and also what I own, you can end up breeding them. It sounds kind of funny, but you can breed them. And there's even a website for breeding, and create a junior Slotie, which also has some pretty cool benefits, like owning land in the metaverse. So there's also a lot of good benefits with that one, but we're going to focus on this first project that I ever bought into. And where I'm talking about how this project makes me money every single month is because of these Watt tokens. So a lot of NFTs will have their own specific token associated with them, and you can earn money just for holding it. So these Watt tokens, you get 10 a day per each Slotie that you own, and I own 2 Sloties, so I get 20 Watt tokens every single day, or roughly 600 a month. And we're gonna head over to the Watts website so we can see how much those tokens are actually worth. When I first heard about the passive income part of making money with these Watts tokens, I figured the Watts tokens would be basically worthless, so it wasn't something that I was really banking on when I bought into this project. But you can see right here they're worth $2.86, which is pretty cool. They have hovered between $2 to $3 and mainly have stayed closer to $3. So that's why I was saying $1,500 a month when this is actually closer to $1,800 a month. So if I'm able to hold on to these things just for 1 month and then sell some of my money in these Watts and exchange it for actual US dollars, then I'm making some real money, which is pretty cool. But obviously this passive income is completely tied to what this Watts price is. It could completely crash, it could go up a lot, we never know, but still pretty cool that you will earn this just from having that specific NFT and holding on to it. The last very cool benefit that I want to talk about would be the Slottery. It's an aptly named lottery that happens every single week within the Slotie community. I think this is very cool, and it really adds to the community aspect of NFTs in this specific NFT, but you can win Watts, Cash, Ethereum, other NFTs, and it's just pretty cool and definitely adds to the community. When this happens, the Discord blows up for a little bit because you place your bets, and the people who get the correct numbers will end up winning these type of rewards. So it's not a given that you'll get this reward, but it adds to that community aspect, and there's potential for winning actual money, which is pretty cool since you're actually just bought into this project and you don't have to buy a scratcher or a lottery ticket every single week. You just get the opportunity to enter this lottery and win big rewards. Here's the Slotie project on OpenSea, and OpenSea you can just think of the secondary market. Usually the way it works with an NFT is that they're minted and people buy them at a lower price, and then they're available on the secondary market after the original opening or mint date. And right now the floor price, which just means the lowest price that one of the Sloties is selling for or will sell for, is 0.97 Ethereum. When I bought into this project, the Sloties that I purchased were 0.31, and 0.36 Ethereum. So that's also something interesting with NFTs, is that it's tied to Ethereum. So if the Ethereum price is higher when you buy it, even if the floor price goes up, but Ethereum drops a lot, it depends on how much money you're making there. So that's something to think about. But at that time, it was about $1,200 or $1,500 maybe per each NFT that I purchased. And you can just see with the Watts price and that passive income that I'll have already made all of my money back just by owning and holding on to these. So right now, every other gain that I get, as long as that Watt price doesn't completely crash and this whole project doesn't completely crash, is pretty much infinite returns. Now that I've talked about the specific NFT project, as promised, going to talk about how you can find some specific projects that you may want to invest in, and some ways that you can do that are through this website called Rarity Tools. And at this point, I find that it's pretty easy to locate a bad project and say I don't want to invest in this one, but it's harder to find that project that's going to be really good. And some things that you probably want to look out for are ones that are doing things that other NFT projects haven't done, and ones that have good utility, like the Slotie project that I bought into. But this Rarity Tools website is a great way to do it. You can see newer and upcoming specific NFTs that are launching, and these are going to be Ethereum based one and a Solana based ones. And really, you can see here, and these are ones that have sold yesterday or had that mint date yesterday, and now they're going to be available on the secondary market. But good NFTs will have a Discord chat, and you can go into the Discord chat and see what they're talking about. If they're just talking about bumping up the floor price, that may not be the best one to get into. If they're talking about all of the great benefits and the community, that might mean it's more legitimate. Something else you can look at would be the specific Twitter account. So we're gonna go over here to this random one that I've clicked on, the Giraffe Club. And it definitely kind of sucks because obviously you have to get there in the first place, but you want to see how many followers they may have. If there's a lot of following, that can be good. So this one's not the smallest amount of followings, but it's definitely not very big. And some other things that you're going to want to do when you're in this Rarity Tools website is go to the specific website. If they've kind of just slapped something together and it doesn't look very professional, then it's probably not going to be what you want to look at. So right now, just looking at this specific website for the first time ever, there's not a lot going on until we get here. So there's a little bit more talking about some of the benefits of this specific NFT. And then we get a roadmap. So you always want a roadmap and see what's going on in the phase one when they're launching and what other things they might be able to do. So this one's talking about how it has a lottery and there's exclusive giveaways, monthly dividends. So there is some passive income associated with this NFT. So that's just some base research that you want to do. And some other things that you can do are make sure that you check the people who are actually the creators of the specific NFT. There are kind of two types of projects, what's called doxed and not doxed. Doxed just means that the owners are actually documented. You can find out who they are. Projects that are not doxed and you do not know who the people are that are creating them are a little bit more nerve-wracking, in my opinion, to want to buy into, because what happens a lot, not a lot, but more than it should in the NFT community, is that people will mint these specific NFTs and the person who created it will do a rug pull and just take all of that money, and then everything goes to zero and it's all bad, and all of the NFTs where they're worth nothing are the people who bought into it. And that's not what you want to do. So make sure you're doing your research, checking out the Discord group, looking at their social media, checking the creators and see what they're doing, and also making sure their website is pretty solid. Some other things you can do are follow a bunch of NFT creators on Twitter and see what projects they're tweeting about. Now, something to think about, and why I said that I was not being promoted to talk about Slotie, is that a lot of these NFT creators will be promoted to talk about specific projects. So also think about that. Make sure that they're also good projects and these people are not just promoting them in order to make some sponsored money. And eventually what can happen is if you get really buddy-buddy with a few people in the NFT space, or you connect with some of these creators or some of these people who you really trust, you can just start looking at the projects that they're looking at. Because if we went back to that Rarity Tools website that I just showed, there are a ton of projects available, so it can be hard to do all of that and spend a bunch of time looking at each person's website, their Discord, Twitter, and everything about them. Probably if you want to do a good job, you need to spend at least 30 minutes, I would think, going through all of those things per project. And if you're just randomly clicking into whatever project, then that can obviously take quite a bit of time. So if you can narrow that down by following specific creators or becoming friends with other people in Discord groups who are doing well in the NFT space and see what they're looking into, that can also be a good way for you to do it. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on NFTs and if you're interested in purchasing any NFTs. And also, while you're here and because you're still watching, don't forget to grab your 5 free stocks valued up to $3,500. I recently partnered with Moomoo. It's actually one of the trading apps that I use. I typically use Moomoo and Vanguard. And if you just put in $1, or actually just over $1, you get 2 of those stocks. And if you want all 5 valued up to $3,500, you need to put in $2,000. Link will be down in the description below. Basically free money if you're just putting in over $1, and you can get some really cool stocks, so definitely check it out. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos like these. And if you like me here, don't forget to check me out on TikTok and Instagram, where I'll make similar videos but in short form. So thanks again for watching, and more wealth is coming your way.